The top news headlines: Mehbooba Mufti released from detention. COVID-19 caseload in India rises to 72,39,389. And 2 security personnel go missing in Jammu and Kashmir. As a responsible citizen, it is our duty to minimize the spread of coronavirus as much as possible. Wash your hands frequently with soap for at least 20 seconds. Using an alcohol-based sanitizer also helps keep the virus at bay. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth. Avoid stepping out unless absolutely necessary. Always wear a mask before stepping out and even in your own home in the presence of outsiders, as masks have been proven effective in containing the virus. Maintain a social distance of at least 2 meters in public places. A very good evening and welcome to Times of Manipur English News at 6:30 p.m. This is MASAKO giving you the latest news updates. People's Democratic Party (PDP) President and former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti, was released yesterday after being in preventive detention for more than 14 months following the abrogation of Article 370 last year. The decision came 2 days before her daughter Iltija Mufti's petition challenging her detention was scheduled to be heard in the Supreme Court, the report said. In an audio message posted on Twitter after being released, she said the people of Jammu and Kashmir cannot forget the robbery and humiliation of August 5th and demanded release of all prisoners lodged in different jails of the Union Territory and outside. Immediately after the revocation of detention, the PDP said Mufti would address a press conference on Friday. Mufti, along with the entire separatist and mainstream leadership, was detained by Jammu and Kashmir police on August 5th last year, the day the centre abrogated Jammu and Kashmir's special status and downgraded the state into 2 union territories. India's COVID-19 case today rose to 72,39,389 with 63,509 infections being reported in a day, while the number of people who have recuperated from the disease crossed 63 lakhs, pushing the recovery rate to 87.05% in the past 24 hours, according to Health Ministry data. A media report said the coronavirus death toll climbed to 1,10,586, with the virus claiming 730 lives in a span of 24 hours, the data updated at 8 a.m. showed today. For 6 days in a row, the active cases of COVID-19 remained below 9 lakhs. There are 8,26,876 active cases of coronavirus infection in the country, which comprises 11.42% of the total caseload, while the recoveries have surged to 63,01,927, the data stated. The COVID-19 case fatality was recorded at 1.53%. 2 security force personnel, including a Jawan of the SSB, have gone missing along with some weapons and ammunition from Chadura area of Central Kashmir's Budgam district, officials said today. According to media reports, a special police officer identified as Altaf Hussain was reported missing from the camp of a special operations group at Chadura. 2 AK rifles and 3 magazines have also gone missing from the camp, the officials said, adding the matter is being investigated. In another incident, a constable of the SSB, also named Altaf Hussain, has gone missing from the camp at Nagam area near Chadura. 1 magazine of Insas rifle and 20 rounds have been reported missing from SSB camp, the officials said. While the SPO is a local from Chadura area, the SSB constable hails from Kotenranka area of Rajouri district. Under the sponsorship of Manipur Deputy Minister and MLA of Uripok Assembly Constituency, Yumnam Joy Kumar, roadside drains in Uripok area were cleaned today. Uripok Apunba Loop Joint Secretary L. Bedik said that the initiative was taken up after Uripok Apunba Loop requested the local MLA to take steps for improvement work on the drainage system in Uripok area.
Uripok Apunba Loop Club Funipana Ulaga Hama from Tangoina, Uripok Magesi, singing Chow, Halina Tupa, Koina Tupanina. Masikari Torga Fagadagan of Uripok Apunba Loop Nakanera Matunda, by your neighbor, you would be same that sitting a milleda, Hijaraga, a sea Mating Pambina, Hyderabad, Haki Makadisu, Achamba, Mesmerina Simbas, the Levergi, Kosana Simbal, when of Mahana Pambi, Haina, a bit of the game, I see a Uripok Apunba Luki, by Simbigi, Hamba, Hong Steva Moina, a city of
Moirang Ward Development Committee members Yumkaibam Chitharanjan and PH Norin have accused the Councillor of Moirang Municipal Council Ward 7, Hemam Bisheshwari Devi, of misappropriating development funds allotted by the government. Chitharanjan made the accusation during a press meet at Moirang today. He said misuse of funds has hampered developmental works. The two ward members have submitted a complaint to the concerned department over the matter. Meanwhile, the ward members also discussed with the local MLA P. Sharachandra about the fund sanctioned in the second installment.
No, I thing I'm not talking. No, I get negotiation down the street. I have a kind of was it up the equation. I said, I see how some Kang Lai, Aduga, Kango, the Nangarang, was a Kango, Mio, Mana, the Ilponi Kutanga, ward member or whatever city. PH Norin, the Lagriba Tantra, Pogi Manunga, so it took Duna Pasaka talk, Kadabani, Haina, Kihelaki, Kunamaxi, Yang Laga, Marine Department, local from Topa Tabak Forum Sing, local Pew, local Pinava, Mediagi, Tonga, Bill Togeri, Loina, member Akuibu, Kihan Kangamiriba, Super Katana, Tobidanaba, Kanganzari.
A team of National Disaster Response Force (NDRF) led by Inspector H. Johnson Mar conducted a community awareness program on COVID-19 today. The NDRF team during the program underscored the importance of washing hands by everyone to fight the pandemic. They also distributed pamphlets on COVID-19 to the participants. The awareness program covered busy market areas of Imphal, Thoubal and Kaching districts. It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Saglon ama Tungan basaknari bisinga ngahaktang wari sabi hobaga loinana makhoigi haithoi singthoi ba khudol kya tambiram liba aikhoigi thorom sida tha sigi tara taret thangjanumit ki numidang pung taret makhaida soidramaki aikhoigi number 7629943543 da adongi phone okcheduna wari wathai sanabi horasi gepelina mayangam
COVID-19 pandemic ki kallaba safuna school college coaching center chingba sing thonglona khrabasu isa gi yumda ningthi jana tamba yaraba ahan begi oina class 12 chemistry subject ki takpi tambi bagi lamda sangne experience leiraba oza sonamani na puthopi be application ngasi mak Google Play Store da changwiduna download tobi sonamani e-classes Nang medical ta masat pada Asia gina nang naktahang malaini General Nursing and Midwifery GNM 3 years course 12 pass in arts or science stream and confused to become a part of one of the most respectable professional career of all time 12 pass and above duration 3 years 6 months BSc in Medical Radiology and Imaging Technology DMRI
Ultrasound MRI CT scan X-ray
BSc in Medical Laboratory Technology
BSc in Operation Theatre Technology
Amang sang ruraba matung natraga saramdai thaklamdai da sapon season aduna khut sengna handok bigadabani khujin tena nana thambigadabani Apha baising pitak bigadabani ꯆꯥꯅꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯂꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯀꯨꯞꯇꯨꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯌꯨꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯀꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯃꯥꯡꯁꯪ ꯂꯨꯅ ꯅꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯌꯨ Chahi manga phabugi manungda leiba angangsingbu ORS, zinc tablet amadi machal suba chinjaksing phajana pijabiduna diarrheadagi ngakthokminarasi.
Europe da Engineering Management PIZ amadi General Course tamningba mahiroisingidamakta scholarship 100% fangbada natana stipend oina 4.2 lakh fangbagi kudongchaba leiraba mahai tamfamsingni. Loina na India amadi foreign laibak singda MBBS, MD course na chingba kaya masu tamna bagidamak amadi education loan ki khudong sabasu pizari. Hena kupamorol gidamak contact obiro Fort With Global Consulting Private Limited, North AOC Cake Grupat Infal. Contact number 6909374625.
Ma, kaidorage pairaga leiramisna.
Ho hospital da satlubane. Haksang si khara nungaitedana. OPT ga amata sangal hogde. Ni na marol ama siliba. Nokpa sina karimta kanadi. Phola sida ungdun adom leiri sidi. Magi phola si thugai khibada soiro.
Eh, adugi oire.
Mobile paraga kanabadi amta lawre siangangje. So, si takung da thamu ko.
Yamna tangai phadaba natradi yumdagi adum phone da doctor ga wari sanaraga tanaba yare ima.
Kamaina se nang suyango. Ahambada isanjibini OPD application se Google Play Store dagi download tawrani. Adagi registration si namaga mobile number hapsilaga verify tawrani. Adagi anabagi maming matha hapani. Adagi doctor asangba amaga adum saksa unaraga wari sanaba yare.
Yam phaina dudia.
Se
Ima kari kay nungay tabo leibagi haibiyo.
Ibungo doctor, imagi kokse ngauri tawi. Saning thakning basu kaya phaude.
Adom-adom smartphone da e-sanjeevani OPD application download tawbiduna natraga computer tablet sijinaduna e-sanjeevani opd.in da sangbiduna isagi yumda komna amadi lemna laying bayabagi khudongchabasi lawbiu.
Welcome back after the break. District-level Nasha Mukt Bharat Campaign Committee, Thoubal, today organized a one-day awareness program on prevention of substance and alcohol abuse at Lilong Ngango Bazaar. The awareness program was organized under Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India. State-level coordinating agency Manipur Director Dr. A. Jayantakumar Padmashri during the program emphasized on the importance of pressure groups, clubs, organizations, localities and families to curb the increasing drug menace. Jayantakumar appealed to everyone to be a responsible citizen to make the state and nation free from drugs. A team of Kongjam Police Station, led by Sub-Inspector N. Sudhir Singh, carried out an anti-liquor drive at Kongjam Chingtham Maning Laikai under Wangjing Tentha constituency, which goes to Baipol on November 7th. The team recovered 10 litres of distilled illicit country liquor, DIC, 50 kgs of fermented rice concealed in 8 different plastic buckets, 4 aluminium pots and 2-litre empty jerry cans during the drive. The police recovered the items from the possession of Sapam Rameshwari Devi, aged 38 years, wife of Sapam Brajendra Singh, and Sapam Helen Devi, wife of Sapam Shyamcharan Singh of Chingtham Maning Laikai. The seized items and the arrested were handed over to Excise Station Kongjom as per a police report. Thoubal District Police busted distilled illicit country liquor DIC producing centers at Ukongshang Mayai Laikai and Ukongshang Mamang Laikai this morning. During the raid, the police arrested 4 women. The team led by Superintendent of Police Dr. S. Ibomcha also seized around 253 litres of DIC liquor, 150 litres of partly processed DIC liquor, 1,350 kgs of fermented rice. The apprehended and the seized items were handed over to Excise Department for further legal action.
Sungbamsing haitare DIC liquor sing sungbamsing koi drive tawjabani masaida koi DIC liquor se pung mari ga mitra nga dagi horaga pung nipan bhawa tawbasida DIC liquor oina pra sungdolabudu 253 liters muk koi lokotpa ngamjare aduga pali processed DIC liquor 150 liters simuk lokhale aduga fermented rice 1350 kg ada muk tawre aduga leiba kolik mayam sigi mayam tisu koi sung mada sinaba mayam sing koi blok koi lokachare aduga koi se masi koi gi 30 dilong AC aduga 34 ten wanging ten tha AC sigi by election leiba sida koi law and order gi any problem thok tanaba gi damakta koi sigba liquor je sungaga sai thoraga koi election da problem thok tanaba gi da koi tawjabane.
Southern Youth Incentive Association Khongjom Bazaar today organized a function to felicitate meritorious students of Khongjom Circle. The students scored good marks in the Class 10 examination 2020 conducted by Board of Secondary Education Manipur BOSAM. Our Thobal correspondent reports that the function was held at the residence of El Shyamo, a retired headmaster at Khongjom Bazaar. Shyamo at the function underlined on the need to nurture bright students for a better society, adding that students should maintain good health. It's time for another short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Now, enjoy 20% extra on Kangla Popcorn, Kangla Milky Balls and Kangla Rings.
Kangla.
Sina pare. Tan ba dinate ko. Aseng ba? Ay na pamba. Darkar oi ba grocery items sinda. Red delivery app season araga order to biro loire. Chaning ba restaurant ki food po erasu. Overpay to budila erdana. Pot khuding mak discount pi buga loina na. Khudak te na te yore isine. Red delivery for you.
Lamjingbo Finance na COVID-19 na togal liba khudong chadba mayam si uziraga collateral security yautana document chang dana yamna komo mongda loan fanganjergani chahida subnatagi chada tarani thoigi interest rate tap business loan against property vehicle loan commercial equipment loan commercial vehicle loan ki khudong chaba pisari han loan lowi ki basingi suwana gu makhal gi loan asi lowi khudong chaba pisagani akuba morol gi ma contact to below Lamjingbo Finance Nagamapal. Contact number 7085-831-502 Natraga 9862-629-399.
Al Hayat, the best halal restaurant in Manipur. Miyam na pam na chanariba Al Hayat restaurant gi hauraba mathel khudingmak red delivery app ki khutang da order to biraktuna yamna laina ahenba charges yaudana isa gi yumda thilakna bagi khudong chaba bijari. App si download tawduna app si khutang da ngasima order tawbiyu. Chana thaknaba polam sing khakta natana imung amada nongmar changdraba yadraba grocery item kaya marum suna fanglaba app ni. Ngasimak download tawbiyu. Red delivery for you.
Thoibi, Haza, cheng no slow. Ai khao lo thogi.
Marks ti.
Kaigi marks no.
Kaigi marks no bu kaino. Hujik oiriba COVID-19 gi laichit asida marks yauduna thokpa habese khudong thiningai natra.
Haza, ai sukhange. Ai anaba minati. Marks laibada changadaba sel duna ko mathap ahau badum cha thokke.
Nangi sidi lairik heiraga laisu khangdaba habeduni. Marks upana chinna tondagi tholakpa lok tinna chingba sing phajinga doribani. Nushite yaramba amora kai singdo marks upadi hakchangna changakpadagi ngakthok toine.
Adudi Thaza, ai marks amta upugige.
COVID-19 laichatagi thingnanaba chathokka matamda marks upiyu. Season nabiruraba disposable mask sing mafam chaba yenglaga mai thadokpiyu natragana phumjinbiyu. Fina same sajaba mask sing oiragana nimit khudingi sudok samthokpiraba matungda da seasanabiyu.
Isagi mamal yamnaba punsibu kansi amadi atopagi punsibu khudongthiba sidagi ngakthoksi.
Welcome back after the break. Leaders of 29 farmer unions walked out of meeting with Agriculture Secretary today that was held to discuss the recently enacted farm laws. The leaders tore copies of the act outside Delhi's Krishi Bhavan, media reports said. A 7-member panel of protesting farmers in Punjab was formed yesterday to hold talks with the centre. Earlier on Monday, the Kisan Mazdoor Sangharsh Committee, a farmers' body in Punjab, decided not to attend today's meeting called by the Union Agriculture Department. At least 15 people have lost their lives so far in Hyderabad due to incessant downpours since last night. Out of the 15, 3 died after the wall of a house collapsed in Gagan Pahar area of Shamsabad in Hyderabad last night due to heavy rainfall. The Indian Meteorological Department issued yellow alert for Hyderabad as it said that the deep depression was now moving towards Maharashtra. Heavy rainfalls are expected in Vikarabad, Siddipet and Jagaon districts of Telangana. Considering the situation, the state government has declared a holiday for today and tomorrow. Telangana Minister K.T. Rama Rao appealed to the people to not venture out as more rains are expected, while Andhra Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy took stock of the affected areas. According to media reports, 9 people, including a 2-month-old, have been killed in Hyderabad after a compound wall collapsed and fell on 10 houses due to incessant rainfall in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh since 3 days. At least 14 districts of Telangana have been affected, with several areas in Hyderabad being flooded and vehicles stuck due to waterlogged roads. Reports state that as many as 12 people have been killed in the last 48 hours. The grim situation led the authorities to open the floodgates of the Himayat Sagar Dam that supplies water to Hyderabad late last night after the water levels rose. The capital city has witnessed the highest rainfall ever in the past 24 hours, according to the Indian Meteorological Department. Ayush, Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy Unani Siddha Homeopathy Minister Shripad Yeso Nayak inaugurated the Regional Raw Drug Repository RRTR for Ayush Systems of Medicine at the National Institute of Siddha NIS in Tamil Nadu. According to media reports, the repository will play an important role in medicinal plant cultivation. As a step in this direction, the Ministry of Ayush, through the National Medicinal Plants Board (NMPB), initiated the establishment of the National Raw Drug Repository (NRDR) and Regional Raw Drug Repositories (RRTR). NMPB has identified NIS as the lead institute, with the Regional Research Institute of Unani Medicine, Chennai, and the Siddha Central Research Institute, Chennai, as collaborating institutes. This RRDR would play a role in collection, documentation, and authentication of raw drugs collected from the agroclimatic region. Ayush Ministry in a statement said that Indians are fortunate to have systems of medicine which date back more than 3,000 years and have deep-rooted societal acceptance. The Phase 2 clinical trial results to determine the safety profile of India's 2 indigenously developed vaccine candidates against the coronavirus disease COVID-19 are expected by early November. According to media reports, Dr. V.K. Paul, chairman of the COVID-19 Empowered Group looking after vaccines, yesterday said vaccine candidates by the Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) and Parrot Biotech International Limited (Covaxin) and Cadila Health Zycov-D are currently undergoing Phase 2 clinical trials in the country. Paul further continued, saying that the Phase 2 trial results for both the vaccine candidates will be available by early November. Parrot Biotech's inactivated whole virus candidate vaccine BBV152 for SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, is developed using the virus isolate provided by ICMR National Institute of Virology, NIV, Pune. The characterization of the vaccine candidate has been undertaken at ICMR NIV. The Phase 3 trial results of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine candidate, which Serum Institute of India SII will be manufacturing for them in India, will also be known either by November end or early December this year. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) World Economic Outlook (WEO) has informed that Bangladesh on course to leave India behind in terms of per capita gross domestic product (GDP) this calendar year. This will take place mainly due to a sharp contraction in the Indian economy due to COVID-19 and the economic lockdown. According to IMF WEO, Bangladesh's per capita GDP in dollar terms is expected to grow 4% in 2020 to $1,888. On the other hand, India's per capita GDP is expected to decline by 10.5% to $1,877. This would be the lowest GDP of India in the last 4 years. The GDP figure for both India and Bangladesh is at current prices, making India the third poorest country in South Asia. Only Pakistan and Nepal would be reporting lower per capita GDP, while Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and the Maldives would be ahead of India. Thousands of Thai anti-government protesters and royalist supporters of King Mahavajiralongkorn staged rival shows of force today, with political tension growing after 3 months of demonstrations. A media report said anti-government demonstrators set off from the Democracy Monument for the government's official compound, known as Government House, to demand the departure of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, a former junta leader, and a new constitution. They have also called for reform of the monarchy. Before we end the top news headlines, once again. Mehbooba Mufti released from detention. COVID-19 caseload in India rises to 72,39,389. And 2 security personnel go missing in Jammu and Kashmir. That's all for the English news at 6:30 p.m. Thank you for watching.